Hello art beaters, Becky here for artbeats.com, and I've got a brand new video for you today. Today I'm going to be going over basic jewelry making tools, how to care for them, and how to store them. It's very important to know how to use these types of tools and how to store them properly. So let's dive into some really important information. Every master craftsman or woman knows the importance of his or her tools. Jewelry making is no different. It's essential to have quality tools for any project and ensure that your tools will last. If you have ever wondered which jewelry making tools should be used for what specific tasks and how to care for them, today's your lucky day. We'll explain to you some of the most basic tools, their functions, and how to keep them in pristine condition. The most important thing to know about caring for all of your tools is where to keep them. Sometimes sneaky spouses and kids will stumble upon your high-quality crafting tools and use them to fix any number of odd jobs, potentially damaging them. So make sure to store your tools in a place you frequent, but no one else does. Hide them in your craft drawer and lie them flat to protect the ends. Humid areas can be especially harmful to tools, so take note that your tools should stay in well-ventilated places. If your tools somehow end up collecting a touch of rust, most of the time they can be cleaned with steel wool. Now that you have a better idea of how to store your tools, it's time to explore some of the basics. Side cutters. Side cutters should be used when cutting head pins, eye pins, and other very fine metals. The semi-flush cut is the most common. The nipper tool is perfect for cutting jewelry wire in soft wires up to 20 gauge thickness. This tool is a good go-to cutter when performing basic beading projects. Chain nose pliers. You're going to want chain nose pliers on hand, maybe even a couple. Chain nose pliers are ideal when shaping and bending wire. The tapered tips and smooth jaws make closing bead tips or crimping in tight places easy. You can also use chain nose pliers to open and close jump rings, which is what I use them for a lot. Round nose pliers. These should be used when making loops for wire wrapping. They should not be used to open jump rings as the rounded ends make it hard to grip correctly. So you can see they have tapered round noses. Flat nose pliers are similar to chain nose pliers. They're just a little bit wider, flatter. Use flat nose pliers to shape jewelry wire into right angles or to bend jewelry wire straight. The pointed ends allow you to grip flat objects with ease and are great for opening and closing jump rings as well. So if you have a pair of flat nose and a pair of chain nose, you can use both of them to open and close your jump rings. A bead crimper tool. This is designed for finishing crimp tubes. This tool should only be used for this purpose. It has two separate notches in the jaws that work in stages to ensure a professional crimp every time. So this notch here has a little groove at the top for actually crimping the crimp tube or bead shut, and then this more rounded notch kind of smooshes it all together even more, and we have great videos and instructions for just how to do that on our YouTube channel and our website, artbeats.com. Heavy-duty cutters are something you might also be interested in. They're great for thick chains and other heavy gauge components. So you might want to invest in some heavy-duty cutters for those thicker wires that you might be working with. Nylon jaw pliers are perfect for smoothing out wire ends in wrapped loops or for pinching crimp ends or just any time that you need to smooth out wire, or maybe like pinching closed bails. Sometimes bails have pretty designs that you don't want to ruin. Nylon jaw pliers are just a little bit gentler on something like that. It's also important to regularly check the jaws of pliers and cutters for any scratches that may appear over time. Sometimes you can file away tiny imperfections, but eventually you will need to invest in new tools. So with these precautions, you can ensure that your tools will have a longer lifespan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions about jewelry making tools, how to use them, how to store them, how to care for them. Love hearing from you. So please make sure to leave a like and a comment. And as always, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so you're the first to know when videos like this are out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.